We're experiencing technical difficulties. Your channel has not been removed. This is not the Twilight Zone. This is being black in Hogan's, Maryland. Alright? Doing Take on America 2018. Y'all need to check it out. Like I said, I'm taking over the channels. I'm getting ready to set up Shorty TV. I'm taking over the channels. And this is going to be my studio. This is just a mock-up of the studio, but this is how the studio is going to be. Alright, I'm going to have a TV set. I'm going to have Hogan signs on the TV set. We're going to talk about taking over the, controlling the narrative. You know what I'm saying?
The one that you promised me at the association dinner.
That's Matlock. We're going to start taking control of the narrative. You feel me? We'll have our own TV channel. Because, see, social media gives us that. YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We don't need mainstream media or mainstream channels. And I'm going to sell this to Netflix. This is going to be for sale. We're going to show about being black in America. Being black in Baltimore. Alright? Y'all got mad at me about them toilets. So this is what we're going to do. Like I said, we controlling the narrative. I advise everybody that ran for office to take their signs down. Because I'm getting ready to use your signs for a backdrop for my movie and for my documentary. I'm going to use your signs as a backdrop to expose racism and corruption in your administration. I'm going to use your tools against you. You had these signs all over the black community, Baltimore City, Baltimore County, and you talk about how you care about black people. Well, I'm going to show you how you don't. That's Marilyn Mosby. That's a case that y'all need to address. That's from 2010. All right? That's from 2010. That's Marilyn Mosby, and she's been knowing about this since 2014. The same time that Governor Hogan knew about it, Marilyn Mosby knew about it. All right? Because it's about the 2014 elections. All right? I'm an independent filmmaker. I'm an activist. I'm a community activist. Part of my activism is my filming because it shows the role that our public officials play in corruption, racism. We traded the penitentiary for the plantation cotton for cocaine, and we the cash crop. But when y'all locked me up, y'all opened up a can of whoop ass. And that's something that y'all can't deal with. That's Marilyn Mosby. That's the Baltimore City Police Department when they came in my house and put guns to my head. This case right here. That's from 2010. This is long before you locked me up in 2011. This was in November. This incident happened in October. Alright? And Marilyn Mosby knew about it. Brian Frosh knew about it. Greg Bernstein knew about it. Governor O'Malley knew about it. Because they came in my house about Governor O'Malley. That's all they was asking me, questions about O'Malley. Like I said, it's court record. Now, Governor Hogan, you tied to this because I told you this during the 2014 when we was running for office and you was talking about draining the swamp and ending corruption in Annapolis. No, you went over and took over the corruption, built you a war chest, and just collected all the money. When you see them signs in Baltimore City, you didn't see Hogan's face nowhere unless he had a black face that was giving him access to the black community. Hogan didn't come down there on his own. He had a house nigga giving him access to the plantation so he could speak to the workers. So I'm gonna take the same thing that you used to get you in the community. I'm gonna use it to get you out of the community. You're gonna see this sign around Baltimore. It's gonna be "Holler at Hogan." And I'm gonna put it in different parts of Baltimore City, and I'm just gonna pull up, and you're gonna see the toilet, and you're gonna see this, and it's gonna be "Holler at Hogan." And I'm gonna pull up and put a seat right there, and we're gonna talk shit with Shorty. All right. We're gonna have an audit. I want to audit, an IRS audit, because like I said, the criminalization of poverty. These cases was put on file before you locked me up for that toilet in Towson. We're going to show you how you deny people due process and equal protections under the law. This was evidence that Scott Shellenberger returned to me. There was evidence for this case right here, and that was the toilet case. You feel me? I was found innocent of all charges. Like I said, it's the criminalization of poverty. You held me for 86 days for a crime I didn't commit. You held me for a crime I didn't commit because I was exposing the corruption in your courts. I was exposing your legislative branches, that your legislative report card under Governor O'Malley and Governor Hogan's administration. Because mass incarceration is a shared cash cow by the Republicans and the Democrats. I bet my money on it. I was going to Las Vegas to see my mother right there. I was going to Las Vegas to see my mother, Corrine Davis. I was leaving Baltimore. I had no reason to stay in Baltimore. I was suing Baltimore because I was betting and gambling on y'all. You feel me? You see that? That's Caesar's Palace. I was moving to Las Vegas. Y'all stopped me from moving to Las Vegas. Y'all stopped me from making a movie. Y'all stopped me from attending my mother's funeral about a fucking toilet. So since you made me famous for toilets, I'm getting ready to run with this shit. The movie gonna be about toilets. We're gonna talk shit with Shorty. I'm gonna promote toilets. Y'all gonna think I'm the tidy bowl man because I made a promise to my mother. You feel me? Corrine Davis, West Jefferson Avenue. Yeah, I had roots in Vegas. I was getting ready to make money in Vegas. You feel me? Because I was getting ready to sell this shit in Vegas. And I can still sell it in Vegas because I'm going to sell this movie. And until I get my justice, we're going to have this sound stage in this studio. And like I said, we're going to talk shit with Shorty. And we're going to talk shit with Shorty about the illegal war on drugs. We're going to talk about mass incarceration in our prison industry. You want to stop the violence in America? End the war on drugs in America. That's what it is. I'm an honorably discharged veteran. You want to stop the violence? Let's talk about truth. We'll talk about it if you like it or not. Because like I said, today's Veterans Day. I'm a veteran. An honorably discharged veteran. I participated in creating this war on drugs. I can prove it. That's evidence. We put drugs in the streets. Our government put the drugs in the streets. I was 17 years old when I was in the service. I was 17 years old when I was in the service. You feel me? So you created this industry. You created this poverty, and you created what's going on. You can't hate the player, hate the game, cuz. When I stick that camera in Hogan's face, when I come down to Annapolis, I'm going to dig in y'all's ass. We're going to do a take on America, and this going to be raw from the inside out. I'm going to give you the Legislative Black Caucus of 2019. All right? Like I said, I'm going to give you the criminalization of poverty. I got my shit lined up, and I'm going to show you the role that Brian Frosh plays in this. Like I said, y'all made me famous for toilets. I voted. Ex-felons got a right to vote. We can vote and run for office. I want a federal audit, a state audit. I want to access the grand jury. I want to count your money in the prison industry. The criminalization of poverty? No, I'm going to show you the money you making off of locking black people up. You feel me? I'm going to show you the money that you make off of locking black people up. It's the art of getting money, y'all. And I'm going to get mine. I'm going to show you where lawyers coerce confessions. You feel me? Which creates this overflow and mass incarceration. You looked at the 13th Amendment? Dog, that ain't nothing. I get to name the politicians because, like I said, I was making a movie. That's me. That's me. I mailed that shit to myself. You feel me? I mailed that shit to myself. I'm going to pull your cards. You got 52 cards in the deck. I got 52 cards that match them cards. Your hand ain't going to beat my hand. You feel me? I'm going to show you who knew what and when. I'm going to show you who participates in mass incarceration. You feel me? Names, dates. You signed for this shit. 2013. You feel me? You signed for this shit. I'm going to pull your card. And I ain't Charlie Brown. 2019 sessions. We're going to go to Eric Holder in the Department of Justice, and we're going to pull your card. We're going to go to the courts and get access to the grand jury under Senate Bill 374. I'm a whistleblower on the courts, baby. I told y'all when I started this what I was going to do to you. You rather walk through hell with gasoline drawers on than fuck with me. I'm going to make you shit your drawers, and I'm not Biggie Smalls. Mike check. Eric Holder, Attorney General, Department of Justice. Yeah, because your courts is participating in corruption. You took money from me. You took property from me. You didn't return my property. That's Ronald Davis from the Department of Justice. Dog, I told you, my hand gonna beat your hand. Because I'm going to show you when them man knew what they knew. Sign for it. I can show you what I can do. That's President Obama. He asked for a full investigation in May of 2008. I'm the subject of the investigation. I got my ducks lined up. This is legal mail. The Department of Justice got it. President Obama got it. And so does the Secret Service. You got a case file on me, dog. I got a case file on me like 2 feet tall. And I ain't but 5'3". We're going to get all your emails. 2013. 13 my lucky number. We're going to get it all. You feel me? We're going to go to the Baltimore City Police Department, Internal Affairs Division. You feel me? You're going to get my shit. Because y'all was lying on me. I'm going to pull your card. Article addressed to Dwayne G. Davis. You feel me? That's the number. I got green cards and I ain't an immigrant. But we started this with Governor O'Malley. And we're going to end it in court with Governor O'Malley. Governor O'Malley created the prison industry. Governor O'Malley created this machine of mass incarceration. The same way that Bill Clinton created it, Governor O'Malley perfected it. Started it when he was in city council, when he was city council president, then when he was mayor, then he was governor. And he been getting money ever since. And I broke you down because I've been a caterer. I've been in your house. I've been in your house. I'm a caterer. I'm Shorty, the bootleg barbecue guy. I'm Shorty. Everybody know me. You're going to have to turn over all the information. Like I said, I got my ducks lined up. Judge Cox, if you go directly to Judge Cox right now, he has a writ of certiorari. That's a right to approach the Supreme Court. And we're going to approach the Supreme Court on mass incarceration. We're going to approach the Supreme Court under Dred Scott. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? I was insured. I was fully insured by State Farm Insurance. State Farm Insurance is part of ALEC. I was insured by Insurance Incorporated. And when Al Retmer gives me my complaint back, that's when I'm going to file that lawsuit. I'm coming after your money. It's the criminalization of poverty. No, I'm going to get rich off of your poverty. We're going to trade places. You locked me up for a toilet. You locked me up for a toilet. Tell the truth about the toilet, because I'm going to lock you up. I'm locking you up minus the bars, because when you see me in public, you shit your drawers. When you see me in public, you break yourself. When you see me in public, dog, you have the possibilities of going to jail. Y'all made me famous for toilets? Dog, I'm getting ready to run with this. I'm going to have a kiosk. Call it potty training politicians. I'm going to put your face on the toilet and that shit going to pop up. You run your mouth and you come in my studio, we're going to pop off. Like I said, this is a miniature version of the studio I'm going to do. And this is going to be a mobile studio. I can do this on street corners, in front of your office, in front of your house. I'll come to your house and do this shit. Because Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter give me live feed, access to live feed. You give me access to live feed. I come to your house, your job. I come to Annapolis. Y'all know how I am. I'm going to put the camera in your face. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to pull out the mail receipts. Y'all owe me $2.6 million in lost wages. You owe me another $54 million in that suit. All the longer that you take, like I say, this is a movie, a documentary. The longer that you take, the more I get to put in your face. You can't take a whole lot of this shit. Pressure bust a pipe. Like I said, I'm from Chicago. You owe me. We don't cut and run. I have nothing here in Baltimore to keep me here. I have no wife. I have no kids. I have nothing keeping me here. The only thing keeping me here is my money. And I'm not leaving without it. So in the meantime, in the between times, I'm going to dig in y'all's ass. Making a movie and a documentary. Netflix going to pick this shit up. It's going to be called Baltimore Rewired. What you going to do? This is live time, real time actions. I don't need to pay actors. I don't need to pay nobody. All I got to do is put that camera in your face, click, aim, and shoot. It's a live time documentary showing the journey for justice, showing what being black in America really is from a black man. This ain't my fight. This our struggle. I just had the brains and the balls to do it. Now you got to deal with what you created. You called me a terrorist. The Baltimore Sun called me a terrorist. You feel me? Jane Miller, WBAL, your mainstream media called me a terrorist. I was just terrorizing you with being black. Because like I said, this cup is full. It's full of your shit. So Governor Hogan, 2019 sessions, I want access to the grand jury under Senate Bill 374. If you don't give me access to the grand jury under Senate Bill 374, then I want access to the Supreme Court. Just like Dred Scott. I am Dred Scott. That's my end game, is the Supreme Court. You feel me? That's a writ of certiorari to approach the Supreme Court. So Ben Cardin, Governor Hogan. We're going to talk about mass incarceration in our prison industry. We're going to talk about Keith Davis. We're going to talk about Tawanda Jones. We're going to talk about the cases in which your department won't address. But we're going to address them where they need to be, in the courts, because that's where you address us. That's where you create our poverty in your courts. Don't hate the player, dog. Hate the game. Like I said, I'm from Chicago. This ain't nothing but Operation Greylord. That's all I did. I took a blueprint. I knew what I had to do. I took one for the team. I took 186 days in Illinois, and I took 86 days in Maryland. I took one for the team. So when you see me in Annapolis, understand what I want. I want access to the grand jury. I want to approach the Supreme Court. Them green cards I gave you, get ready to pull your card. When I see you, camera going to be in your face. I'm going to ask you about that material I gave you. Produce the material or give me an answer to my question. Because I'm not accepting bullshit. I'm not accepting it. I bring this shit to Annapolis. I'm a one-man show. It's the art of getting money. My mother died February the 2nd. I didn't get to bury my mother. So I'm bitter. I ain't bitter. But I got a bad taste in my mouth. Y'all locked me up and did this shit to me. You created the person that you see right now. You created this. You'd have left me alone, I'd have been gone. Movie would have been made 10 years ago. We wouldn't be here now. But since you had to make it last for 10 years, we put all that shit on film. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Social media. I tag so many motherfuckers, they don't even want to play tag no more. I'm a veteran. I honorably discharged veteran of these United States of America. It's Veterans Day. It's my contribution to the cause, y'all. I'm an honorably discharged veteran. You feel me? Take this shit to the bank.